Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Excuse me. Tonight's video, or today, is a very exciting one. It is my 2 years on YouTube birthday. So happy birthday, Julie Barber, YouTube. Can you believe it? It's the 31st of January 2019 and I have been uploading videos for 2 years. I can't actually believe it. Now, I'm not the sharpest tool in the box and, excuse me, my throat is so dry. I have made a shit ton of notes just so that I remember. So, first of all, I want to say a massive thank you and that I cannot believe that I'm still doing YouTube 2 years on. It's been a roller coaster of ups and downs. I'm putting myself out there for the whole world, well, maybe not the whole world, but whoever comes over to my channel. And I am a very open person anyway, in general. Sometimes I share too much and I need to kind of learn to rein it in a little bit. But, you know, I am who I am and I can't help that. But sometimes, you know, like my partner's the complete opposite. He just keeps everything to himself, you know, and he'll even say to me, why do you feel the need to tell people that? Or, you know, they don't need to know. But I suppose it's just the way we're different. So what I thought I would do was basically give a rundown for me what I did or achieved or I enjoyed throughout 2018 on my channel. So I've made notes and I'm just going to go through it. So what I did was I went onto my laptop and I went right back to January of last year and worked my way to where we are at the present day just now in January 2019 and gone through different things. I also went on to look at my subscribers. Now I know a lot of subscribers to YouTube channels don't have who they're subscribed to. Not private is not the word, but they've made it private so you can't see who they're subscribed to. So I'm guessing or assuming that some people that are subscribed to my channel and do leave comments obviously don't have their subscriptions unprivated so that you can see. So I've written down also the names of people who I communicate with quite often on my videos or that comment or leave comments on every video and support me. And obviously know there's a lot more people that are subscribed and watching my videos and are supporting me, but they don't tend to comment because a lot of people do that. Like I watch some people and I might never leave a comment on their video. I might thumbs it up or, you know, click the thumbs up on another comment that someone else has left, but I might not necessarily actually communicate it, if you get what I mean. So let's start because I'm rambling. So the first thing that I did, I haven't wrote like, oh, I did this on such and such a date in 2018. I've just, you know, I went through my videos so that I could recap. So I did a collab with another YouTuber called Kylie Pritchard. So usually with the collabs, not a collab, sorry, I did do a collab with her, yes. I'm getting ahead of myself. What we did was obviously, when I mean collab, unfortunately, I've not been able to do a collab with the person actually physically here with me or me with them. I contacted Kylie and said to her, how would you like to, if I've got the same eyeshadow palette as you or a makeup item that's same as you, we do a collab where she does a look with it and so do I. So she was up for that. So what we did was she had one of the Revolution palettes. I think it was like the unicorn one or something that we both got in a glossy box, like, you know, the bright colours, and we did a look with that. So I did a collab with Kylie, so that's great. I enjoyed doing that. I also did my first attempt at a project pan. Now I'd heard a bit about project pans, you know, I'd heard people going on about it and I thought, what is this? So I went on and watched a video of my beautiful friend Wacky World of Lottie, who is also a YouTuber, and she was doing one. And basically what it is, well, some people were doing 18 items because it was 2018. And some people were just picking whatever they had that they wanted to use up or necessarily not use up, but make sure they're used. So basically, I'm sure you all already know, but the gist of Project Pan is that you pick some items to pan basically, or to try to use up. So I did my first one of that last year, but I didn't start it like in January to December. I think I started about February to December. So I started that. I did a box swap with another YouTuber called Willow Biggs. I did my 700 subscriber giveaway, which the lovely Emma Caffel won. So that was great. It's nice to give something back. It's also an achievement to get to 700 subscribers. At the moment, I'm at 827 subscribers, so I'm still currently running my 1,000 subscriber giveaway, where you can win this lovely box with 3 Zoeva eyeshadow palettes. So you've got plenty of time. If you haven't subscribed, because you must be subscribed to my channel, you've got plenty of time to go on and enter it. And hopefully we will hit 1,000 subscribers this year in 2019, and that'll be another milestone for my channel and personal achievement for myself, and shows the support from you guys. Plus you get something nice as well for me to say thanks. That's my laptop whirring away if you can hear it. I also tried up some new beauty boxes, well, new to me, last year, and one of them was called Makeup Mixology, which I had seen Lightning Lass do, and I thought I'd give it a try. Another one was called My Glam Box, and I also got the MAC limited edition Look Fantastic box, so it was nice to try some different ones. I did another swap box with Charmed Wench. Now, basically, the swap box, what you tend to do is you ask somebody, or they'll ask you, would they be interested in doing a swap box where you set a limit, so say £20, and then you swap items. So you go out and buy stuff, but you could also add in possibly items that you've maybe swatched or you've never used, or you've got too many of, or you're not particularly keen on it. You can pass that on as well. And then if the other person isn't particularly keen on it either, they, you know, you don't take the hump about it basically. If you pass something on to them, even if it's something that you've bought them, it might necessarily not agree with them, or they don't particularly like it, you know, they can pass it on as well. So it's really good fun. And what I have found when I've done box swaps with others is, for example, I am not really that keen on Makeup Revolution, to be honest. So what I will do is, sorry, my phone came up there saying data usage alert, so hopefully this isn't going to cut out. For example, so I would say, you know, there's no point in getting me Makeup Revolution because I don't want the person to waste their money. And I am not keen on matte lipsticks because my lips are dry enough, that sort of thing. And then they can say to me like, oh, well, I've got dry skin, or I don't wear bright colours, or I don't wear red lipstick, that sort of thing. And it's just really good. So I did a box swap with Charmed Wench. I also did an eye collab with Charmed Wench as well. I did an eye collab with Willow Biggs. I did another swap with Lightning Lass. And then I got the opportunity to be sent a face mask for promotion. Now, this particular face mask was from a small company which are called Exfoliate My Skin. And the face mask is like a loose powder that you mix into a paste and put in your skin. So I had that opportunity to do that, which is great, considering I'm a small YouTuber. So it's great to have the opportunity to do these things. I mean, I don't get paid to do them by any means, but that was an opportunity that I got. What else I've got? I did a makeup in 10 minutes challenge with Lottie. Again, Wacky World of Lottie, and that was fun to do that. I got the chance to get a one-off box from this company called WeBox, and it's a Scottish subscription box, so it's completely different to anything I have ever had. One, I contacted them because I'm Scottish. I contacted them because the box for the particular time that it was coming out was curated to the Isle of Skye, where I live. I'm not from here, but where I live. And it was also like kind of based around the programme Outlander, which is obviously based in Scotland and on Scottish history. So I got the chance to promote a box for them. And I think actually it's one of the most viewed videos on my channel, which is amazing. So that was a really good opportunity as well. And it was actually the lady, when she phoned me about the box and was interested in myself and where I'm from and stuff, that put me in contact with Exfoliate My Skin, because they are a small Scottish company as well. So that was a good opportunity for me as well. Another PR promotion that I did was from a lovely lady called Luna Likes, who makes jewellery or sells jewellery, and she sent me a few pieces to promote with you. Now, fair enough, I don't wear a lot of jewellery. I've got this bracelet on here that I got from my friend Jennifer for my 30th, and I leave this on all the time because once you take it off I can't get it back on. But I do like it. Not saying I don't like it, but because of my job and stuff, I don't really wear a lot of jewellery. So people are going to think, well, why on earth would I promote jewellery? But it's not that I dislike it, it's just that I don't tend to wear it a hell of a lot. So I do have a couple of pieces from her that I kept, and I gifted a couple of pieces to friends because share the love, and I wanted to. So I'm grateful for that opportunity as well. I also got a super exciting opportunity to work with a brand called Makeup with Rising Phoenix. Now, they are two sisters who are from Singapore, and they make all their own eyeshadows by hand from scratch. They're amazing. And I again saw a video that they did, a collab with my very good friend and another YouTuber called Charmed Wayne. She's amazing. If you haven't, you must go check it out and subscribe to her channel, and also do the same with Wacky World of Lottie. They are like amazing women. I love their friendship to death. It's just, they're so genuinely lovely. So Charmed Wayne, she obviously got the opportunity to work with them and promote some of the collection that they had made themselves. So I contacted them just to see, you know, it's as my mum would say, in for a penny, in for a pound. If you don't ask, you don't get. So I just thought I'll contact them. You know, a lot of companies have shut me down because I don't have 1,000 subscribers or more. You know, fair enough. I suppose that's just the way life goes. But Makeup with Rising Phoenix were so lovely, and they are very supportive of smaller and upcoming YouTubers. I totally understand that a lot of companies, big or small, cannot give the opportunities to everybody out there because there's so many people, you know. But they were kind enough to send me and let me promote their collection that they brought out for autumn. Was it autumn? Yes, it was the Greek God and Goddess palette. So I got the chance to do that with them, and it was absolutely fantastic. The girls are so lovely. Obviously I've never met them, but I communicate with them a lot on Instagram, private messaging, even still now, and hopefully in the near future or even this year I will get to work with them again. And again, I don't get paid, and it is all my own opinions, you know. I am completely honest with you. If there's a shade I don't particularly like, or I don't like the formula or what have you, I am not going to lie to you just so that they will work with me again, because that wouldn't be fair on them and it wouldn't be fair on you, and what's the point in me lying? So that was a great opportunity again for me. I also, in mid-November, received the most beautiful, heartfelt gift box from a subscriber, and she's such a loyal subscriber, and she's become a friend, and that is the Emma Caffel. She isn't a YouTuber, but she supports me and a lot of other YouTubers as well, and she kindly sent me a box of, oh, just lovely, lovely gifts. She knows that I love things gingerbread scented. She knows I love gingerbread men. She knows I like makeup and stuff, and she just sent me a box, and it was just, I was so overwhelmed. It was so lovely. I mean, I don't expect to be sent anything by anybody, but it is so lovely to know that someone would want to send me something. And I am the kind of person, I don't necessarily just send things or buy things for people when it's like Valentine's, birthday, Easter, Christmas, you know, things like that. It's so nice to just surprise someone, like, I don't know, even if it's just a card, even if you just randomly send someone a card that they're not expecting, just saying, was thinking of you, or I saw this card and thought of you, or to send them like just a lip gloss or something or other, or a candle. It's so nice. So I love the fact that I'm not the only person that thinks like that and just thinks, like, I randomly sent a bunch of flowers to a friend once just because I wanted to. You know what I mean? And it just brightened up her day. And I thought, I would love it if someone did that for me. I'd love it if someone was just suddenly thinking, oh, you know what? I'm going to send this to Julie. Like the other night there, I don't know if you follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is make_up_lover1983. A friend came down to visit me the other night just for a cup of tea. And then the next minute she was like, do you want this Fenty highlighter? And I was like, what? Fenty? Like, are you kidding? I was like, I can't take that off you. And then she was like, well, I got 2 by mistake and she couldn't be bothered to send it back, so she gave it to me. And I'm just like, wow. You know, that's so nice, because she could have just either sent it back or threw it in her drawer and just thought, oh, I might use it because I've got 2 or I might not. But she thought of me and she gave it to me. And I was like so blown away. And I think that's so lovely. So it's little things like that. Again, you know what I mean? Like, even if I'm in Inverness or something, or at a shop and I see something, like one of my friends loves Stitch from Lilo and Stitch. Her birthday's in March. So I don't necessarily think, oh, right, I'm not going to get her anything until it's like her birthday or Christmas or whatever. If I see something, I might just pick it up and be like, oh, I bought you this. And she'll be like, what for? It's not my birthday, whatever. And I'll be like, because you're my friend. I love you to bits. And I saw it. Just the same as like with Charmed Wenjo in here. Last year, she had her wee boy. And I don't really know her that well. And I didn't know her that well then. But I know her better now. And we've become friends. And I sent her a little outfit for her little boy. And she wasn't expecting it. And it's just lovely. I love it. The kindness of strangers and things. I just love it. Anyway, I'm digressing. So these were the opportunities that I had throughout, and the things that I did throughout 2018. And since I'm here, I just want to do a kind of roundup of generally how 2018 went for me. So at the beginning of the year, obviously, of 2018 was a new year. And 2017 into 18 was fine. Can't really remember quite as far back as 2017. But the beginning of the year was great. Valentine's Day. I'm a soppy sod. I'm a sucker for all these things. Most people are like, it's just a con to get money, which it is. But because I'd never ever had anyone to spend Valentine's with, or a boyfriend or a partner, I don't know, it's special for me. So I loved Valentine's Day. Me and Bruce have actually... Oh, I've got hiccups. And I'm getting pins and needles in my foot. Me and Bruce have actually never been together on Valentine's Day. But, you know, he sent me a card and a lovely big bear, which is great. And I was just chuffed, because it's just the little things in life that amuse me. Throughout the summer was great. You know, I had lots of memories. I went to Blair Drummond Safari Park with my partner, and, you know, we just made loads of different memories and fun nights with friends and different activities. It was just great. Really was great. And then August hit. Now, I'm sorry, you might hear the noise of my heater now. Everything seems to be just spot on timing. Yeah, so hit August. Now, August 2018 was an absolutely horrendous month. It was just awful. Literally could not wait for it to pass. Unfortunately, two of my best friends, who are a brother and sister, their dad was tragically killed in a car accident in August. He was taking his son to see his friends, because they've got a younger brother who's 16. And this idiot driver just... wrong side of the road. Oh, I'm not going to get into it, but absolute twat. caused an accident involving 5 cars, but unfortunately the only person that died in the collision was my friend's father. So naturally that was just a complete and utter disaster, and so tragic. So that was just, it was awful, really, really awful, completely heartbreaking. Then on the same week that happened, a woman that I used to work with who had to get her leg amputated because she had cancer in the lower half of her leg, and then she got lung cancer. Unfortunately, she lost her fight to cancer and she passed away as well. So it was like a double blow on the 1 week. And then my bestest friend Emily, who stays in York, her stepdad also lost his life to cancer. So 3 major people just gone, you know, just gone. So August was a really, really horrific month. And it's also a bittersweet month because I'd been with my partner for 2 years. So it was pretty tough. And then obviously in September, and again in the same week, I had 2 funerals, literally one after the other, because I had the funeral of my friend's dad who was tragically killed in the accident, and then the very next day I had the lady that I worked with's funeral. So it was one of the toughest months and weeks, really. It was really, really just awful. Then we were thinking, surely there'll be a light at the end of the tunnel. So we moved on into October, and October is the remembrance of my mother, and she had passed away 15 years in October. So it does get better with time, but you know, that's a bit of a downer on October. And then November started off great, absolutely great. There was nothing bad at all. And then tragically and suddenly my own father passed away on the 29th of November. So that was a bit of a shit month as well. He'd been okay. The year before, he was a bit unwell. My dad would have been 75 this year in February, and he went to, he had diabetes. And I, last year, not in 2018, but 2017, I thought that he was taking a hypo. Because you know what men are like, they never tell you that they're ill. And he was sitting there shivering and just really cold and wasn't eating anything. And I thought, this is not like him. So I phoned NHS 24 and they took forever to get back to me. I was constantly on the phone. You have to go through the same rigmarole. And it was like, oh my goodness. And I thought to myself, it's just as well he's not dying, because nobody's in any rush to do anything. And I can't drive. So it's not like I could hoik him in the car and take him to the hospital. So long story short, at that time, he ended up going into hospital and they said he had a really bad urine infection. Now, when you're older, apparently urine infections can be quite sinister and even make you delirious. So I thought, right, urine infection, they'll get him in, they'll get him sorted, that'll be fine. So he went into the hospital on the Saturday. And then my friends up the road took me over to visit him the Sunday, and he was up chirpy and all the rest. And I thought, oh, that's a quick turnaround. Maybe it was just antibiotics and stuff they were needing. But they wanted to keep him in for observation because obviously he's 74. So that was fine. So it got to the Monday, and at that time I was signed off by the doctor for my foot and things. So me and my friend had planned to go and visit him anyway. And we got to the hospital and they were like, are you Mr. Barber's daughter? And I was like, yes. And they were like, oh, he's getting taken to Regmore right now. He's had a heart attack. And I was like, what? I was like, you only came in with a urine infection. And then I was like, right, okay. So I went and spoke to my dad and he was like, oh, proper gasping for breath, just couldn't speak. And I spoke to the nurse and I was like, what's happening? And they were like, he was in his hospital bed, and they were like, he literally walked from the hospital bed to the toilet, which is like, what? Here to there, and he just could not get breath. And then I was like, right, okay, what's this about a heart attack? Like, you know what I mean? And then I was like, did he have the chest pains and the pain down his left arm, like, you know, the normal symptoms? And they were like, no, he just had the shortness of breath. But when they did some tests on him, it was coming up like it was almost like angina. So we have Broadford Hospital here on Skye, but if it's anything major, you get taken to Raigmore Hospital, which is in Inverness. So he got taken to Inverness and he ended up being in the high dependency ward and everything, and he was in for a couple of days and then he got home. But he was supposed to be going to Ireland, which he was determined he was going to. But if you've had anything heart-related, you're supposed to not drive for a month. But being 74, being a man and completely stubborn, he was determined he was going. So anyway, he didn't go when planned, but he went the next month in the October. So long story short, he'd been fine after that, absolutely fine. Well, as far as I know, because he never said anything. Then it came round to September this year, and he wasn't well again, and I thought, here we go, you know, this is almost like a year to when this happened last time. So I had literally just come home from work and the funeral of the lady that had passed at work, and my dad wasn't well, and he went to his bed and I just sobbed my heart out because I was like, am I going to lose my dad now? I don't think I can take any more of people passing away. So anyway, as it turns out, he just wasn't feeling great and it passed and he was fine. And then he went to Ireland this year, 2018, he went, well, sorry, 2018 in the September he went. And when he came back, he was coughing and spluttering all the time, but my dad smoked like a chimney for years. So he always had that catariness, like, you know, doing all this in the morning. So that was nothing new to me. But since he came back from Ireland in the September, he was doing it a lot. But again, I thought nothing of it, and I was saying to him, you know, you're going to the doctor pretty much every week, you know, for your diabetes checks and stuff. Just say to her, like, is there something I can have or what have you? But typical man, no. So anyway, long story short, again, because it wasn't supposed to be a story time about my dad, but it's just to explain to you, you know, how the year ended up panning out. So basically, on the Monday, he passed away on the 29th, which was the Thursday. 28, 27, 26. I think about, say the 25th, 26th of November. On the Monday, I got up to go to work as normal, and he'd got up as well, and he was coughing and spluttering, and he was like, I'm sick of this, you know. And I was like, well, go to the doctor. And he's like, I've got the doctor on Friday, I'll mention it to her then. And I was like, fine. So I went to work, that was fine. I came back home, seemed fine. The Tuesday, he was up, he was coughing and spluttering really bad again. Again, I thought nothing of it, because it's not unusual. And he was going, Julie, I can't get breath. And I was like, well, go to the doctor. So anyway, I finished work at 4 o'clock. About 20 to 4, he came into my work and he was like, right, come on, we need to go. And I was like, I can't go yet, I'm not done. And he was like, I need to go to the hospital. We need to go now. So I was like, right, okay. So he refused an ambulance. Now, the hospital from where I stay is 15 miles away, and he drove over to Broadford. Now, he did seem fine apart from going all the time. Get to the hospital, speaks to the doctor. She's asking him how long has he felt this way, and he says to her, I've been feeling like this longer than I probably should have been. So I was just like, for fuck's sake, you know, honest to God, Dad. And I kept thinking to myself, you've been coughing and spluttering non-stop basically since September when you came back. So anyway, you know, I said that to the doctor and stuff. She took some bloods and got them processed quickly. They put him on an EKG machine or ECG machine to just check hearts and everything because of him having that heart attack. And she said, have you had any chest pains, pain in your arm? And he's like, no, just this feeling like he can't breathe properly. And he said it felt like a flap of skin was going over where, you know, he should be able to breathe. But the doctor checked his airways and everything, and nothing was lodged or blocking it. So anyway, the doctor comes out and says to me, your dad will be staying in hospital tonight, he's had another heart attack. So I was like, but he's got no symptoms. And she was like, there is such thing as a silent heart attack where you don't have that chest pains or the pain in your arm. So I was like, right, fine. So they were wanting to possibly send him to Raigmore, and he's like, I'm not going to Raigmore, I'm not going to Inverness, no, I'll be over there myself, you know, I'll have no visitors, Julie can't drive, she can't just leave work, I'm not going. So we were like, listen, if you need to go, you're going. You know what I mean? It's your health. So anyway, my friend Callum came and picked me up, I went home, that was fine. He was pestering me, messaging me, so I thought he's definitely getting better or determined to because he was annoying me. And then I wasn't in work the next day on the Wednesday, and I phoned the hospital to see how he was doing. They were like, oh, he's much better than he was, you know, he's up and about, he's eating his breakfast, he slept fine, everything was looking good. So it was like, great. And then he kept messaging me saying, I want home. And I was like, listen, they have said they're waiting for the cardiology department in Raigmore to phone to say if they either want you over there now or they'll take you at a later date if they're happy enough that you're okay. So he's like, oh. So anyway, I get a phone call from him and he said, right, I'm getting out. This was about, what, 1, 2 o'clock on that Wednesday afternoon. And I was like, right, well, Callum doesn't finish work till 3, 4 o'clock, so we'll come over and get you then, because his car was in Broadford. So he was like, fine, I'll just sit at the reception and wait. Then he phones again and he's like, oh, tell Callum not to bother. I'll drive myself down to the house, then I'll come and get you and we'll go back to Broadford where he was to get shopping from the co-op. I was like, don't be so bloody stupid. Why would you do that? You've just had a heart attack. Or what the doctor is saying is symptoms. I was like, just be patient and sit there. So I was like, for fuck's sake, honestly. So anyway, we went to pick him up and he did seem fine. Even Callum was like, you know, he seemed back to his normal self. Went to the co-op, he stayed in the car, I got all the food, we came home, he had his dinner, he was on the phone for 2 hours to his friends. He went to bed at 10 o'clock as normal, said goodnight to me, and then I woke through the night. Normally he snores like a pig. I heard him snoring. And then I woke through the night at some point and I went to the toilet and I thought it's very quiet. So I put my ear to his bedroom door and I couldn't hear anything. But I went back to bed and I went back to sleep. And when I woke in the morning before I went to work, I just knew that something wasn't right. So I shouted his name and he's like me, he's a light sleeper, so normally he'd stir. And I went, Dad, are you asleep? And I just knew before I put that light on that he was gone. And he was lying there stiff in his bed. He looked very peaceful. And clearly when I woke at whatever time it was, he had obviously passed away in his sleep. Now, even though everyone says to me there's nothing I could have done at that time of the morning any differently to when I found him at 7 in the morning, I feel so guilty because when I put my ear to that door and he never answered, I should have known. So basically, the end of 2018 was a shit year altogether. I didn't want this video to be like this, but I just wanted to explain how the year went. Sorry. So basically, for the rest of 2018, after my dad was cremated and his service, I took myself off to my partner's and I didn't come back until the 2nd of January. Now I'm home and it's a new year and I am on my own and I am trying my best to adapt to being here on the house on my own, and the fact that both my parents are now gone. I have been throwing myself into getting this house sorted because, as you can see, it's a riot. I have redecorated my bathroom because it's a small room to start off with. I'm supposed to be getting a new kitchen if the council ever get their finger out their arse. And then slowly I will progress and get this house done. So my main goal is to try and stay positive, not to get down. Obviously I'm human. I also suffer with an anxiety disorder, so that's going to be ups and downs. I'm going part-time with my job and hopefully financially I'll be fine with that. And I will get there. And hopefully 2019 bloody well cannot be any worse than it was last year. But I'm at 33 minutes and I'm going to end on a happier note with thanks to a lot of people. And I've wrote them down, and as I say, some of the people, when I looked at my subscribers, I couldn't find their names. So possibly they haven't subscribed and they just watch my videos. If you do that, if you watch my videos a lot but you're not subscribed, please do subscribe, because you might as well anyway and it's free. And also I'm guessing some people, as I say, have hidden who they're subscribed to. So I want to say, first of all, a humongous thanks to Wacky World of Lottie and Charmed Wench, because they I've become amazing friends. I speak to them quite a lot, more so Lottie, like nearly every day we speak at some point. And I'm just so grateful for finding them through YouTube as well, because if I hadn't done that, I wouldn't have made 2 other friends. I've not physically met them because obviously I stay away up in Scotland and they're in England, but maybe one day we will meet. It's so difficult because I'm so far away. But one day I hope to move from Skye and be permanently with my partner, which will make it a bit more accessible to go to other places because I'll not be away up in the Highlands. So I want to say thank you to some subscribers, all kinds of everything. Sparkly Princess Lynette, Muse Girl, I think that's right, 135, Drop Dead Fred, KJ Loving Beauty, Emma Thompson, Beautiful R1, Adventures of Senia. Oh, I also did my first ever American box swap with Senia, and that was brilliant as well, so that was really good to do, and she was so generous. Kimberly Annan, who I'm doing a box swap with this year, Emma Caffel, who I've become good friends with as well, Tove Nielsen, Emma T, Lady Mawa, Emma Lou, Autumn Woods, love that woman. She is so lovely and she literally comments on every single video I put up. So thank you for that. Kylie Pritchard, Lisa McKinnon, Leanne, Jo Smith, Bethany Campbell, Rachel Reid and Angela Anderson. And as I say, anybody else who's subscribed or comes over and subscribes now, I truly do thank you. So from the bottom of my heart, I am really grateful for all the support I have got and had, and for any other support that comes along. I am going to continue doing my YouTube. I did think about giving it up, but in light of my dad passing and me being here myself, I think it's also good for me to have something to focus on. And I do enjoy doing it. It can be really hard to find content to put out sometimes without putting yourself in debt or buying things that you don't necessarily need just to put it out there. So I just hope that if people love my videos enough and they enjoy it, they will come back, or new people will subscribe, and for as long as I can carry on with it, I will. So thanks for joining me. Thanks for sticking around. Here's to 2019. Hashtag positivity. Promoting positivity. And I will speak to you very soon, and have a nice day whatever you're getting up to. Many thanks. Bye.